On this episode, we prep our Datsun for the largest automotive trade show known to man. That's right, Zen's going to SEMA! Yes! Okay, we're getting started in the shop tonight, and it's pretty late. We just had dinner, and it's hard to come out to the shop after you've just had dinner. You just want to snuggle up and watch roadkill. But we have goals to meet. Tonight, we are going to pull the front fascia off the car, pull the flares off the car, pull all the wheels and tires off, and the side mirrors. The side mirrors and the fascia are getting re-wrapped by our buddy Dana. He's the one that originally wrapped the car and did such a good job. But those are the two things that have taken the most wear and tear. We're gonna paint the flares because they've always just been raw plastic ever since we got them in the mail and threw them on the car for Power Tour. We're gonna get those a little more finished looking. The wheels and tires are coming off. One, we're gonna polish the wheels. Two, you'll have to wait and see because it's gonna be awesome. I believe it will be. You may not like it, but that's okay. It's not your car. We gotta get to work. It is time to clean some wheels, you guys. Look at how dirty the insides of these are. Holy moly. It's shameful, actually, for these amazing wheels to be so dirty. But I'm also proud because we actually drive this car. We've never done a thorough cleaning or polishing on these things. So I talked to my buddy, Brian with Gearhead Detailing, and he suggested that Mother's Polish is so simple and good that that's what I should use. So I'm gonna start and get the first layer off with just some glass cleaner, and then I'm gonna use Mother's Polish to polish, and then he also told me to use OptiSeal, that sealant that we used on the paint and the glass on that Nova. So I'm gonna use OptiSeal on these wheels. When I spray water on that car, it just beads off. So if it can do the same for these wheels, that would be amazing. So that's the plan. Is 2:10 in the morning. Aaron was done. He worked in the big truck shop today, and then we got home and we went to Fort Worth. So much pouring down rain. He was really exhausted after getting home. He put the ITB stacks back on, and he attempted to paint the flares, but he chickened out. He decided to paint the inside of the plastic just to see how the plastic was gonna react to the paint, and it did fisheye some, and he just was like, it's not worth it to take the risk. So we're gonna just leave them raw plastic for SEMA. And what I'm working on right now is I am cleaning the surface of the tires so that we can install the lettering. These tires have a lot of buildup of tire shine on them because I really like shiny tires, but that's not good with the lettering. And it's really not good for your tires either from what I understand. Nevertheless, right now I am cleaning off all of that residue and I'm using this. It is a surface cleaner, FT200. It's toxic, I need to be wearing a mask. I know. Finished with those two. I'm mostly finished with this one, and then I have that one. And I'm gonna show you how I'm doing that. I've got a scrubber. I've got a little dish that I've got the surface cleaner in. I've got my rag. I'm just scrubbing them. Later this morning, once I've had some rest, we're going to actually glue the DatZen lettering on the tires because I'm not gonna attempt to do that right now at 2 o'clock in the morning. I think that's smart. So, yeah, done here. Ugh, got the wheels all polished out. They look beautiful. Ow, my back hurts a little bit, but it's worth it. Yes. Oh, you guys, we just got back from the tent place. Look how awesome the Z car looks with tint. Dang, we should have done this sooner. Looks so good. Dude, we did go super illegal with it. It's a limo. It just looks so sharp. Love it. Zen is back in her spot. I'm getting ready to put her back on the lift and pull these wheels and tires off so that I can install some tire lettering, and I am so freaking excited about when.
I'm the one putting on the lift right now. I only got one arm left.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know that you were.
Give me credit for what I do.
I was getting ready to do it, so you didn't have to do it, Aaron. I didn't know he was doing it. Aaron has got the car getting ready to go up on the lift so that we can take off the wheels and tires to install the tire lettering. Yes! Before we get started on this project, I have to interject something. Our buddy Adrian, who used to be a fan of the show, then we started talking on Instagram, he became a buddy, he watched the Z car build from the onset and always was a huge fan of the car. He was actually in town shooting for Street Outlaws. He does video and photos. Anyway, he messaged me and he was like, dude, how close is Ennis to you guys? And I'm like, pretty dang close. What's going on? He ended up coming to the shop to hang out. Thankfully, he brought his camera and he shot some of the most beautiful footage I have ever seen come out of our shop. I can't wait for you guys to see this, and I really want him to shoot more for us in the future. Comment below if you agree. Personally, I think it's amazing footage. And he shot some great stuff for us at SEMA as well that you'll see at the end of the episode. Thank you, Adrian, for capturing us. Your contribution is absolutely adored. This has been crazy. I've watched a handful of how-to videos. I've read the instructions like 6 times. But there's a whole process, but I think I'm gonna do it my own way. As y'all know, these aren't how-to videos, no tutorials here. It's just us showing you how we do stuff. Sometimes we mess stuff up, sometimes we do it right. So hopefully we do this right because I really want this to be good, and once it's glued on there, kind of permanent. Treadwear sent us a couple of little decals that were like the Continental horse, and I tried it out on Betty Boop's tire, and there is a little bit of movement there. The glue doesn't bind right away, and I wanted to test that out, but you can kind of see like shiny where the glue was where I moved it, so I really want to be careful when placing this. I can tell you one thing, I tried to get that little horse off of the tire and that thing is on there. This glue means business, and it's like For me, I'm excited about that because I want these letters to become a part of these tires, you know? I want to be able to just clean it really well and not have to worry about them coming off. So I think that's going to be the situation. My plan is I taped it in the middle, exactly where I want it. I'm going to flap the lettering over. They're really specific in the instructions about not using too much glue so that you get a really nice rubber to rubber surface there together, not too much glue to squeeze out around it. So what I'm doing is I'm squeezing out a little bit of glue on these letters, and then I'm just using the glue nozzle to spread it out evenly on the letters. My eyes are burning. This glue is heavy duty. Y'all, I think it's time to lay it down. This is like the most tedious and scary job ever. Okay, time for round two. I'm moving on to the other side of the tire. The last one went pretty well. I felt pretty good about it, other than just being scared that I was gonna place it wrong. Guys, I'm done. It is, what time is it? It's almost midnight, and I've finished. I might be a little bit loopy in the head from all of the fumes, and Aaron's throwing rags at me, and I don't know why, because he's ready for bed, and he's like, let's go to bed. I'm like, no, we're not going to bed until we bolt these bad boys on and we set the car on the ground, right? We gotta see them on the car. Let's get to it. I can't wait to see this thing on the ground. Good morning. It is final SEMA Prep day for us. We're running a little behind on time. We wanted to leave by noon, but that's probably not going to happen. We've got the camber to do on this car. We really want her to sit really right when she's on display. We're not going to put the fascia on quite yet because Dana told us that he wants that wrap to cure really well. So we're going to tuck it away in the back of the truck behind us in the cab and then install it further down the road so that we're sure to let it cure. So really just the camber and load her on the trailer, right?
And drive 20 hours.
Oh, and if you thought that audio was bad, the audio on these clips was even worse. Okay, first you install your tool onto your wheel. Now this thing is adjustable. It can go up to 20 inches. There's Aaron trying to figure out if it works as a back scratcher. It didn't, but it was cute. Now, you take your level and you center it in front of your tire to be sure that you've zeroed it out and that it's calibrated so that you can get an accurate reading. You then install it for camber at that placement. We found out that our camber was actually 1.5 negative, which is ideal for that car. For street driving. Not only was it that ideal in the front, but it was only a 1/10 off in the back. So now we get to look forward to actually taking this car to the track and adjusting the camber to an aggressive setting so that we can actually see this thing perform. Well, the sun went down, and then we found out trailer lights weren't working. So Aaron is like in full-on diagnose mode. He did find a popped fuse, so we're hoping that fixes it. Fixed them!
It's fixed.
It's fixed. Good night, Zen. Good night, Zeus. We need rest. Morning. We are at it, getting ready to hit the road. It's a beautiful morning. We're gonna see how far we get. We've just arrived to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and man, is this a pretty place. The leaves are turning, they're beautiful golden yellow as you're driving through. It's just awesome. Right now we're headed to the KOA. We are probably gonna get a little cabin. I think their tent sites were like $48 and the cabins were like $73, so that's too close of a price difference for us to not have to set up a tent, and their cabins are really cute. So we have a few things we want to do to Zen when we get there. So that's the plan, headed to the KOA. Got our credentials and our guy that's taking us to our camping spot. Look how cute the cabins are.
I had a 280Z, but it didn't look nothing like this. It didn't look nothing like it.
Mine didn't when I bought it.
I like it.
I've owned it 18 years.
So tell me, it's just a Sunday back and forth to church car?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well,
I love these little cabins.
Pretty cool.
They're so nice.
Way better than a hotel.
Better than a hotel. New Mexico sunsets are beautiful. And it's time to do a little wrenching on Zen. You never know when you might need those. Look at this tiny little travel size PB blaster. I love it. I forgot my polish and I want to touch them up because just after one rinse off, water spots on them again. I'm gonna put more mothers and actually put the OptiSeal on because I didn't do that at home. Nice, babe. Cook us some dinner. As you can tell, the sun is setting rapidly. It's actually getting a little chilly. I put my hoodie back on. I'm gonna film as long as I can until you can't see anything anymore. So, I just wanted to tell you, the sun is setting, the light is gonna go away, but we're gonna keep working, don't worry.
Zucchinis and broccolis, but that's not what's cool. Check this out. I have Korean barbecue ribs that I marinated before we left.
It's gonna be delicious.
I'm excited.
Good news, Aaron brought me a light. Got the car jacked up, getting ready to pull that tire off. I would use the impact, but we're at the campsite and I don't want to use a loud tool. I'm gonna be a kind camper.
Home sweet home for the night. Just enjoying a Sprite. Ignore that. That's big kid stuff. Hold on, I can't see your face very well. That's way better.
Okay, this side's reinstalled. Time to go over to the driver's side. Let's go.
You already got it jacked up. Nice.
Aaron just told me that it's dinner time, so I'm gonna clean my hands with glass cleaner.
Hot tub closes in 30 minutes. We don't ever get to do that kind of stuff. We're always working.
I know, babe.
We'll go to the hot
But
tub.
I have the back tires to do, or the back wheels. It's a new day. So last night it got very, very dark and we decided it would be smarter to reinstall the fascia in the morning. We don't actually load it into the venue at the convention center until Monday night, and today is Saturday. We're not in a massive hurry to get to Vegas, so we decided to have a chill morning. Now we're gonna install the fascia and maybe the side mirrors. Who knows? Kind of trickling out the attention to her. All right, let's get to work. Good to go?
Strap down.
I owe you an update. We have been doing our final bits of wrenching on the car, and we actually did something that we didn't expect to do. You know, the camber was so perfect on the car, we just thought, this car's too good. We need to mess it up a little bit. All of a sudden, we're like, we really want the front to be lower. So we popped the front tires off and we adjusted the coilover shocks and lowered it and gave that front tire a little bit of tuck. In doing that, we threw our camber off. I don't know if you can tell, but our camber's off now. But that's okay. It's going to be parked in a booth. And the tires don't clear the fenders very well either, but that's okay. We've done all we can do. Zen is Zen. She is what she is. She's going to be so happy and sweet in that Prestone booth. We're so stoked. It's time, babe.
It's like an hour 43 minutes.
Let's go. We made it to the parking lot in Vegas. Load in, like I said, is tonight at 9, so she's gonna chill out here on the trailer until it's time to unload her and take her into her spot. This, you may ask. These are straps. And what's that? That's a dress. We just got back from the Prestone crew event and it was awesome. And now it's time to load this car into the booth. So we're unstrapping it, we're gonna unload it and drive it over to the front of the convention center. You guys, it's finally happening. All set. 8 a.m. starts working with Velocity. I'm going to be shooting the SEMA special for those guys. So it's going to be a crazy week. And a crazy week it was. I had such a good time shooting the SEMA special. They gave me the opportunity to choose the vehicles that I wanted to feature on the special. So I gave them a long list of builds that I was excited to see. And it was really neat to have the opportunity to highlight some builders and some folks that put cars together for SEMA that I have so much respect for. So that was really, really neat. It's supposed to air on Velocity at the end of January, so watch for that. After I finished shooting on Thursday, we had a signing at the Prestone booth with custom-made posters of Zen, and we got to meet so many new fans and see a handful of familiar faces. It was the coolest. It's so neat meeting all of you in person and hearing the positive feedback from everyone about the show. I cannot thank you guys enough. It is a ton of work putting together these episodes and maintaining the social presence. Anytime we hear thank you or any bits of gratitude, it means a lot. That was a wonderful year at SEMA, and I cannot wait for next year.